Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. These are the famous words of the legendary Bruce Lee. But how many of us truly grasp their profound meaning in our day-to-day lives? We often believe that to achieve more, we must do more, think more, and push harder. But what if the secret to a fuller life isn't about adding, but about subtracting? Let's imagine someone we can all relate to. We'll call him David. David is ambitious, driven, and intelligent. He's the kind of person who studies harder than anyone else, works longer hours, and fights with every ounce of his strength to achieve his goals. But despite all his efforts, he feels like he's running in place. The more he tries, the more he seems to fail. His mind is a constant storm of thoughts full of fear about the future, noise from societal expectations, and crippling guilt. He's stuck in a loop of trying to control everything, yet feeling completely out of control. One rainy afternoon, feeling utterly exhausted and frustrated, David finds himself walking aimlessly by a river. There, he sees an old man sitting peacefully on a bench, a gentle smile on his face, seemingly untouched by the world's chaos. He looks like time itself couldn't bother him. Intrigued and desperate for a sliver of that peace, David approaches and sits down. "Sir," he begins, his voice heavy with weariness, "I feel like I'm giving it my all, but nothing works. My mind feels so heavy, so cluttered. I don't know what to do anymore." The old man listens patiently, his eyes kind without a word. He takes out a small, simple teacup and a flask of hot tea. He begins to pour the tea into the cup, continuing even after it's full, letting the golden liquid overflow and spill onto the ground. David watches, confused. "Why did you overfill it?" he asks. The old man stops pouring and looks at him. "Because," he says gently, "this cup is like your mind. You cannot pour new ideas, new wisdom, or new peace into a mind that is already full." That simple demonstration strikes David like a bolt of lightning. In that moment, everything clicks. He finally understands. His problem isn't a lack of effort or a lack of knowledge. His problem is an excess of everything else. He doesn't need more hustle, more pressure. He needs less worry about what could go wrong, less noise from the endless scroll of social media and the opinions of others, less comparison to people who seem to have it all figured out. From that day forward, David's approach to life changes radically. He stops chasing an imaginary finish line of perfection. Instead, he starts to embrace stillness. He starts listening not to the clamor of the world, but to the quiet whispers of his own inner voice, to the silence he had been so afraid of before. And slowly, almost magically, the answers he had been so desperately searching for begin to surface on their own. They were there all along, buried under the weight of his own thoughts. We see a transformation in David. He starts waking up a little earlier, not to get a head start on work, but to simply sit with a cup of tea and watch the sunrise. He begins meditating just for a few minutes each day, allowing his thoughts to come and go without judgment. He finds joy in the simple moments: a walk in nature, a genuine conversation with a friend, the satisfaction of completing one task with his full attention. He's still working hard, but now his work feels peaceful, focused, and effective. By emptying his mind of the chaos, he inadvertently filled his life with something far more valuable: clarity. By letting go of his fear, he made room for unwavering focus. This story isn't just about David, it's about all of us. We live in a world that glorifies more followers, more money, more achievements. We're conditioned to believe that the power lies in doing more, in being constantly busy. But the real power, the sustainable power, is found in being still. It's in the moments of quiet reflection that our best ideas are born. It's in a calm state of mind that we find the strength to overcome our greatest challenges. When your mind is calm, you become centered, resilient, and truly unstoppable. Because true wisdom doesn't shout, it flows quietly into the spaces where the noise ends. Think about water. When it's turbulent and agitated, you can't see through it. But when it's still, its clarity is perfect. Your mind works in the same way. When it's churning with stress and anxiety, your vision is clouded. But when you allow it to settle, you can see the path forward with perfect clarity. This is the essence of Bruce Lee's philosophy. To be like water is to be adaptable, to flow around obstacles instead of crashing against them. And you can only achieve that state of flow when you release the rigidity of a cluttered mind. So I invite you to try this today. Take a moment to identify what's filling your cup. What old worries, past resentments, or future anxieties are you holding onto? What no longer serves you? Make a conscious decision to let it go. Empty your mind of yesterday's pain and make space for tomorrow's growth. It's not about forgetting or ignoring your problems. It's about creating the mental space to solve them effectively. Because sometimes, in a beautiful paradox, to find yourself, you must first lose everything you're not. You are not your anxiety. You are not your past mistakes. You are not the expectations of others. Empty your mind of these things and discover the powerful, clear, and focused person you truly are. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a like and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on finding clarity and strength in our noisy world. See you in the next one.